Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for October. I hope you guys are all doing well. I will take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Virgo out there, so take what resonates for you. Just leave the rest for someone else. Virgo, we're going to start with your current energy, and then we're going to look at the month of October, week by week, all the way up to the end of October. As always, please don't try to force yourself into a reading or even any portion of a reading. Just take what resonates, guys. All right, Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Virgo? What would you like Virgo to know for October? All right, Virgo, you are starting out with the Lovers and the Six of Wands. You have a big choice to make here with regard to love. You could possibly make a choice between two people. You're trying to have a successful outcome to this. Let me see your past with regard to this reading. Show me the past. Strength card in the reverse. You may have been afraid to make this decision in the past. You could be trying to make a decision regarding a soulmate. Show me what's on, or show me why all this is happening for Virgo. Show me why all this is happening. The Two of Swords, because you're going back and forth. You don't know what decision to make. I feel like you're having a difficult time making this decision. Yeah, there's definitely a sense here of not knowing which direction to move. What's on your mind? Well, love. Yeah, a particular offer of love, it looks like. So you definitely are preoccupied right now with aspects of love and emotions. So let's see what's happening in October. So you may be thinking about giving an offer of love to someone or hoping someone gives an offer of love to you. What's coming in October is the Knight of Swords. Speaking, either you or someone else is going to speak a very, possibly a painful truth. I feel like there's a sense here of it being a little painful, but it's going to bring balance. So let me see your energy. It might be you, it could be someone else. Oh, you have the Hermit. So I do feel like you're kind of keeping to yourself a little bit. You're doing a lot of problem searching, but you are in your element. You are in your power here with regard to this. A lot of you may not be getting out very much socially. Let me see the energy coming towards you. Some of you, there's somebody that you have not been talking to. But I feel like that's not most of you. The energy coming towards you is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This has to do with an ending here. Something, either someone is ending something, or, you know, this is somebody you've had an ending with, or possibly they've had an ending. Be careful because they could have some financial problems. Show me Spirit's advice for Virgo. Show me Spirit's advice for Virgo. Temperance. Spirit is saying maintain emotional balance, continue healing if you're healing, and be sure that you keep your emotions in check and in balance. So let's see your outcome at the end of October. Let's see outcome for Virgo at the end of October. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Not really taking action, not really feeling like you have the desire to do anything with regard to a situation. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is underlying energy. It does indicate to me that there is a need for self-care. It can indicate a breakup. It can also indicate feeling a deep sense of loss or even a financial loss. So let's clarify your reading, Virgo. Spirit, why is the Lovers here for Virgo? Oh, okay. So Five of Pentacles. At some point, you felt left out in the cold. You felt abandoned, rejected. by somebody here. Let me see why these 6, it caused a lot of imbalance. And now you want to have success in this situation. Now, you might have left somebody else out in the cold as well. But regardless, I feel like there's an imbalance that's here, and you're trying to bring success into it. Why is the Strength card here in reverse? For Virgo. Why is the Strength card here in reverse? All right, 5 of Wands. So it looks like there was some sort of a conflict here. And I feel like it was due to a connection that may have become stale, or it just wasn't what it once was. Your feelings were not as strong as they used to be. And I feel like there was conflict here, or possibly competition. There was something in the past that occurred that caused you, either you to leave somebody else out in the cold, or somebody left you out in the cold. And I feel like now you want success in this situation. Yeah, there's definitely a choice here. It's a big choice. Could be between 2, or just a big choice in love. So why is the 2 of Swords here? Because I can see here that you're unsure. Yeah, you're feeling powerless here. And you're unsure of what direction you want to go. So you could be a little ambivalent. You could be going back and forth in your head about what decision to make. Let me see. Why is the Knight of Cups here for Virgo? King of Cups. You could be thinking about a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. Oh, there's somebody here you love. And you want to reach out to them. You want to resolve problems. So you're thinking about doing that. You're thinking about reaching out in a loving way in order to resolve the problems. There might be something you want to get off of your chest or off of your mind here. So let's look at October. Show me October for Virgo. Show me October for Virgo. All right, Virgo, you have the Emperor. You have the King of Wands reversed. You have the 9 of Swords, 8 of Coins reversed, 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles reversed. There's that decision, 2 of Swords, the High Priestess, 8 of Cups reversed. You have the 8 of Swords reversed. Ooh, the Ace of Cups. Wow. And your final card is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so Virgo, I do feel like there is going to be a truth that is spoken in the month of October. It's likely to be very spontaneous, and it could be slightly painful. I can't tell if you're the one that is kind of gearing up and taking control of the situation and speaking this truth, or someone could be speaking to you. I do see in the first week, I do see there's something about taking control over your life, taking control over a situation, particularly if you are dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I do feel like this would have been a situation where you felt quite a bit of concern, and I feel like in that first week you're losing sleep. You're not sure what to do. I feel like you feel there's details. You want to take control of this situation, but you're not quite sure what to do, how to handle this. And it's because you don't have all the details. So I do feel like some of you could be dealing with an Emperor. You could be dealing with a Divine Emperor or Divine Masculine. But I feel like you're losing sleep. You've got a lot of anxiety because, you know, either it could be that person's not putting in effort. If you're dealing with a particular person, you may feel that they're not putting in effort, that they come on and they're charming and very charismatic when they want to be, but when they don't, they can be exactly opposite. They can actually be a little bit cruel. Somebody who isn't really, isn't faithful, isn't really like trying in the relationship, not putting in the effort. And it almost appears that some of you feel like you never know which version of this person you're going to get. And that might be the truth that's spoken. By the second week, I feel like you're moving forward. You're not putting effort into this. You're not investing in it. You're moving forward because you feel like it's chaotic and you don't want to deal with the chaos any longer. You need peace in your life. And so I see you kind of moving forward. Now, some of you could be traveling in the second week of October as well. And finances could be a little bit of an issue for you. So be careful with that. But by the middle of the month is when that choice hits. This would be a choice, and I feel like you're going to use your intuition about whether or not to invest. Is it a good investment? Is it a bad investment? Should you move forward from this, or should you, stay a little bit longer? Are you being impatient, or should you just keep those thoughts to yourself? So I feel like there's a lot of decisions you're making around the middle of the month. Into the third week of October, I do feel like there's a secret that you are having a hard time walking away from. Again, it's that decision. Do I walk away and free myself, or do I stay? I feel like it's a situation that you're having a hard time walking away. There's something to do with secrets here as well in that third week. Something to do with making a decision about a secret here, or possibly a Scorpio. But I feel like regardless, you're using your intuition. You're having a difficult time walking away and freeing yourself from something. But I feel like in the fourth week of I don't know why I almost said June or July, but by the fourth week of October, I feel like you do free yourself from whatever this situation is. I don't think it's been easy. I think you struggle a lot with it in the third week because you have to make this decision. And it truly is about whether or not to invest in something or to walk away from it. So by the fourth week, I see you freeing yourself from that. Yeah, I see you freeing yourself, using your intuition. And I also feel like you have new love coming in. Yeah. Now, it could be a return of somebody that has previously walked away from you as well. Either way, you're going to use your intuition here. And I feel like all the anxiety that you were experiencing in that first week dissolves at that point. I do feel like if this is somebody that's returning, you're going to have a serious talk with them. I do feel like you're going to be very, how do I word this? Matter of fact. You're open to conversation. You're open to talking with this person. However, with everything you've experienced, I feel like you're not going to take any crap off of them either. If they try to bring in something that is just manipulation, I feel like you're just going to whack their little heads off. So I do see a truthful conversation happening. I see your boundaries being high, particularly when it comes to love. And I do see that for some of you, somebody is returning. And there will be a new beginning, it looks like, but with boundaries in the fourth week of October. And for others of you, there's new love that's coming in, but you've learned quite a bit. It'll be after you free yourself from something that you've struggled a long time to walk away from. But that's when that love will come in. But it's love with boundaries. I do feel like in the past, you may have had love without boundaries, and that created a lot of problems, and you're figuring that out. So let me see your energy. Spirit, show me Virgo's energy in this reading. Show me Virgo's energy. Oh, got the Wheel of Fortune, Virgo. That's very good. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords and the Hermit again. All right, so I do feel like there could be some ghosting energy here. You might be ghosting somebody that you have had conflict with towards the end of the month. Yeah, I feel like you're eager to kind of step in your power. You've done a lot of thinking. You've been soul searching. And I feel like you're now eager to kind of turn that page, to move things in a more positive direction. So you're looking for change, and I feel like you're slowly moving towards change. And you're moving in a very slow and yet methodical energy. If there is ghosting, it will likely occur towards the end of the month, and it will be with somebody who you feel is very manipulative. Yeah, somebody you feel is manipulative and doesn't fight fair. So I feel like you start and end the month in this energy of kind of staying to yourself, thinking about things, trying to figure things out. All right. So let me see the energy coming towards Virgo. Show me the energy coming towards Virgo. Two of Wands reversed, the Devil in reverse. You could have a Capricorn coming towards you, and the King of Swords reversed. You could also have a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius moving towards you. And I don't know why, but for somebody, I feel like there's another Virgo in your energy that's mirroring you. Now, the energy coming towards you is somebody who chose to go in another direction. There's an ending in this connection, and this person is not a very honest, or they weren't a very honest person. And I feel like this is somebody you were not talking with. There was a lack of communication. And I also feel like this is somebody that you had a very angry interaction with. That all being said, this person has been working on themselves, and they have come out of the toxic energy that they were in, primarily the energy of anger, deep anger, or dishonesty. I'm also seeing that there is somebody that is approaching you. They've made a decision to end something elsewhere. And I do feel like this is somebody that you may not have actually met yet, or you haven't actually talked with this person just yet. Yeah, but this is somebody that ended something that was toxic in order, it was a decision that they made. They were dealing with somebody toxic, somebody that they are no longer talking to now. So take it as it resonates for you. Let's see what Spirit's advice is. Show me Spirit's advice for Virgo. Queen of Wands, Judgment reversed, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. So Spirit is saying you're going to have choices here. You're going to have a choice to, as far as what it is you need to do. You need to make sure that your decisions and primarily your actions are balanced, that they're truthful, that they're balanced, and that you're using good judgment. But primarily this is telling me you're going to have quite a few options here, Virgo. So as you approach these options, which are decisions, as you approach these decisions, make sure that you do it in a balanced and especially with regard to feelings and emotions, make sure everything is balanced. Now, let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Virgo. You could be experiencing also some confusion. So be sure that you take the time to balance out your emotions before you make a decision. We're going to try that again. Outcome for Virgo. There we go. All right, we have the 10 of Coins. We have the 3 of Swords reversed. And we have the World in reverse. All right, so in your outcome, you have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Spirit has the Queen of Wands in the upright, okay? So I feel like by the end of the month, it's that stability, Spirit is saying be balanced, because Wands are about emotions as far as like passion and, what to do and actions. And so it's a lot of fire energy. So I feel like, you're going to be going back and forth. It's going to affect your decision making, and you definitely have decisions to make during the month of October. I'm seeing it over and over and over. And so that going back and forth is what's going to cause confusion. So you have to slow down, make sure you're making good judgment calls. I do feel like you have the support of close friends or family or both, you know, with regard to your actions. I also feel like you've done a lot of healing, particularly if there was third-party energy. And I do see your money is going to be really good. Now, you might not feel passionate about what it is you're doing in order to make your money, but your money is going to look pretty solid and pretty stable. I do feel like you're still not done healing from something that has occurred here in the past. So there's still healing because there's a cycle here that has not closed out. And that's why you're feeling this lack of passion by the end of the month. So there's a cycle here that you need to close out. Yeah, there's definitely a cycle that, whatever this cycle is, it's attached to the past. It's attached to you needing to make some sort of decision, and there was heartbreak involved in this. And so it's causing your emotions to go up, go down, and just be all over the place. Spirit is saying you have to make sure that you even that out. There's still healing that you're doing here, okay? I do feel like you're not going to be involving yourself in any third-party situations, but there is a cycle that has not closed out, and that is kind of affecting what you do as far as moving forward in the future, which is why we see you going back into hermit mode by the end of the month. Yeah. So I just feel like you've got a lot of decisions, especially with regard to love, and you're just kind of going back and forth, and ultimately you decide to do nothing. You decide to pull back and just think about the situation. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Coins in the reverse. This is underlying energy. It does speak to loss. It does speak to a possible hardship financially that's going to affect you or affect your home, so be careful with that. But it also speaks to a solid foundation that has crumbled due to somebody being non-cooperative or not working on it. The inability to work together, and that has created loss. All right, Virgo, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Pulling for Virgo. Okay, Virgo, you have the lamp, and it's talking about remembrance. Okay, give me just a second, and I will read that for you. Here we go. Sorry about that. It says, what it is, whilst it is a tradition to carve a jack-o'-lantern to scare away the spirits, it was an older tradition still to light a candle or a lamp on Halloween night and leave it at the window as a loving guide for those who have passed, both as a symbol of remembrance and also as a kind of leaving the lights on for those who may wish to come home. The lamp was left on to illuminate the night and perhaps even the sadness that was felt because of the passing. This card reminds us that it is a positive thing to remember those who have passed by celebrating their life rather than mourning their death. For those with whom we did not have an easy relationship, or even those we did not like, leave us with valuable lessons. Sometimes we learn more from our nemesis than we do from our friends, and so the darkness can illuminate our strengths and our true values so that we can live them more clearly and fully. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Virgo. If you've resonated with this reading, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Virgo, know that you are loved, and namaste.